unleashed Hollywood news. The federal criminal trial of Sean Diddy Combs is moving full steam ahead, with the jury nearly finalized following a striking and sometimes bizarre selection process in New York. But as the courtroom drama unfolds, a significant challenge has emerged for federal prosecutors. One of their 4 key witnesses, known as Victim 3, may not testify, potentially weakening the government's case against the music mogul. As of this week, 45 potential jurors have been cleared to move to the next phase of the selection process. On Friday, both the prosecution and defense teams will continue questioning the remaining candidates, narrowing the pool to 12 primary jurors and 6 alternates. These individuals will be tasked with weighing a complex and high-profile case involving allegations of sex trafficking, racketeering, and transporting individuals across state lines for prostitution, charges Combs has adamantly denied. He has pleaded not guilty to all 5 counts listed in the federal indictment. The jury selection process began earlier this week and has already provided more than its fair share of unexpected moments. Prospective jurors were given a lengthy questionnaire probing their backgrounds, experiences with violence, and views on sexual assault and abuse. The aim was to determine whether they could remain unbiased and objective when presented with potentially graphic and emotional evidence during the trial. Included in the questionnaire was a list of celebrities and public figures whose names might come up during proceedings. Jurors were asked whether the mention of any of those names would impact their ability to remain impartial. The list featured A-listers like actor Michael B. Jordan and rapper Kid Cudi, both of whom previously dated Combs' former partner, Cassie Ventura. Another curious inclusion on the list was actor Mike Myers, though the reason for his name being added remains unknown. In addition to written questionnaires, potential jurors were interviewed one-on-one by U.S. District Judge Arun Subramanian. During these sessions, several individuals were dismissed due to potential bias or conflicts. One woman, for example, was excused after admitting that the now infamous video showing Combs physically assaulting Cassie Ventura in a Los Angeles hotel hallway in 2016 could be damning evidence in her eyes. That video, which resurfaced and went viral last year after being leaked to CNN, has cast a long shadow over the trial and visibly influenced the jury selection process. Defense attorney Mark Agnifilo expressed frustration during these proceedings, arguing that the leaked footage had tainted the jury pool. Meanwhile, another prospective juror remained in the selection pool despite revealing that he had liked a video on social media where comedian Dave Chappelle joked about the large amount of baby oil reportedly discovered in Combs' home during a federal raid. The man downplayed the action, chalking it up to mindless doom scrolling. Perhaps the most unexpected moment came when a potential juror admitted he was too distracted to complete the questionnaire in full. The reason? He had been binge-watching Andor, the Star Wars series on Disney+. "I was tired," the man told the court, adding, "I was binging the new Star Wars Andor. It just came out." Judge Subramanian pressed him on whether he would be able to concentrate on the trial, or if he'd be too busy binging Andor. The juror may have earned some points for honesty with his response. "Like I said, I was binging, I'm just being lazy." Despite the odd moments and public attention surrounding the selection process, the trial is on track to begin opening statements next week, specifically Monday. But a major snag has come up for the prosecution team: a missing witness. On Wednesday, during the 3rd day of jury selection, Assistant U.S. Attorney Maureen Comey informed the court that Victim 3, one of 4 alleged victims scheduled to testify against Combs, may not take the stand. "We do not know whether she intends to appear," Comey said. "We are trying very hard to find out because we are having trouble communicating with her counsel." According to Comey, Victim 3 does not live locally and might not show up to court, even if prosecutors attempt to enforce a subpoena. This revelation followed direct pressure from Judge Subramanian for an update on the situation. Just a week earlier, prosecutors had stated that Victim 3 had agreed to testify under her real name, suggesting that progress had been made in securing her participation. However, that optimism appears to have waned significantly. Victim 3 was expected to provide crucial testimony detailing how she was allegedly coerced into sexual acts and sexually exploited by Combs, claims that could provide powerful evidence to support the government's charges of sex trafficking and abuse. Her absence could leave a noticeable gap in the prosecution's narrative and may force them to pivot their strategy just days before opening statements. Despite the uncertainty surrounding Victim 3, 3 other alleged victims are still scheduled to testify. Prosecutors are expected to update the court on Friday morning about any developments regarding Victim 3's status and whether she will ultimately appear in court. Sean Diddy Combs' legal team remains steadfast in his defense, reiterating that all charges are baseless and that Combs has committed no wrongdoing. The defense is expected to challenge the credibility of the witnesses and argue that the charges are based on distorted or exaggerated accounts. As jury selection nears completion and the trial prepares to begin in earnest, the case promises to be one of the most closely watched celebrity criminal trials in recent memory. With shocking allegations, high-profile names, and the potential for bombshell testimony, the proceedings are sure to draw widespread public and media attention in the coming weeks. Stay tuned as we continue to follow every development in this case. Opening statements are set to begin Monday, and all eyes will be on the courtroom. This is Unleashed Hollywood News, your source for the real story behind the headlines.